What is going on, everybody? This is Jacob Shoup. You're watching you're listening to the Tom O'Brien Show. You probably can see my charts, getting camera off for the day, but we'll be back on Monday when the makeup guy comes back in. You know, these lights flush you out, so sometimes we have to keep that camera off. Man, how about this market? It's kind of we're strong in the beginning of the day, coming back down right now. You know, there's so much attention on America right now. Obviously, Trump's been signing a bunch of executive orders. You'd have a bunch of investments. Obviously, a massive one from SoftBank. You get what it seems like the Saudis are giving us, what was it, $600 billion or something like that? Trump said they'll give us $1 trillion because Mohammed bin Salman's a good guy or whatever that means. You know, there's strength in that, and you're having the market come down right now. And I think there is some fear for earnings next week, right? You have some big earnings coming out. You know, I have written down on my paper, let's just go through the earnings we have looking for, because I mean, it's going to be an interesting week for sure. Give me one moment here. Yeah, so on the 27th, we have AT&T. Of course, you have Nucor, that's fine. SoFi Technologies. You get Raytheon, you get Boeing, Lockheed Martin, Starbucks, General Motors on Tuesday. And here's the kicker on Wednesday. You get Microsoft, you get Meta, Tesla, ASML. This day is where the problems can come in, right? And we'll talk a little bit about this. I almost want to take out some shorts, and I think I have individual reasons for each one, right? Not just kind of a broad, okay, you know, these guys have been running for a long time. Can they keep growing at this certain rate? We're going to talk about it. I mean, I think Tesla, and listen, we go into the valley, right? I've always said don't short Tesla, but I think there's some stuff that has changed recently, especially with that $500 billion potential investment with OpenAI that can present issues for Musk. ASML, we've been speaking about this for a while, where we're getting out of mobilizing to develop these GPU clusters for AI, and now inference is going to be the important thing. And then we also have some insight into how this can operate without a bunch of really high-end chips from DeepSeek, which is the Chinese AI. You know, does that basically have a short in NVIDIA? Does it create a short-term short for the SPX and the Qs as well? Something to kind of think about. We can talk a little bit about that. That's just Wednesday. We go into Thursday, you have Apple, you have Visa, MasterCard, Thermo Fisher. You know, definitely check it out. Caterpillar is kind of interesting. You know, they have such a large dominance in construction, and you know, no doubt I think that the data center build out will occur this year. I think that if anything, we'll try to float this market a little bit. There's a ton of capital expenditure going into it. I mean, you know, Meta came out today and spoke about how, or Zuckerberg rather, posted how they're going to dump billions of dollars over 2025 to get these data centers out. And then on Friday, we have Exxon, AbbVie, you know, nothing as insane, right, as what we're looking at on Wednesday and Thursday. You have the SPY trading off 0.39% at 607.34. You have the composite off about 0.66% at 19,921. Dow Jones Industrial off about 0.41% at 44,384. And you get that Russell off about 0.35% at $2,318. Also cracking to the downside, trading at 107.46. That's off 0.36%. Crude oil also coming down. Gold contract, one of the only things doing quite well, and I say quite well, it's only up 0.59% at 2,781, looking like it maybe wants to reverse to that 2,800 level. Copper pulling back a little bit, off about 0.31% at $4.31, and then silver also doing well, up 1%. Let's see what else. Google's doing well. You have Lucid, for whatever reason, rallying to the upside. Doesn't make much sense. Meta up 1.59, and this is interesting to me, right? And one of the things we've been speaking about with Meta over the past few months is just how insane their CapEx is going to be to build out these AI capabilities. you know, while the money's there and the money will flow for this kind of stuff, I wonder what the investors' tolerance will be for it. I mean, we can just pull this up right now. I mean, this is the Facebook post from Zuckerberg, because this is a defining year for AI. In 25, he expects Meta AI will be the leading assistant serving more than 1 billion people. Llama 4 will become the leading state-of-the-art model, and will build an AI engineer that will start contributing increasing amounts of code to our research and development efforts. To power this, Meta is building a 2 gigawatt data center that is so large that it would cover a significant portion of Manhattan. He has a map there. We'll bring 1 gigawatt of compute in 25, and we'll end the year with more than 1.3 million GPUs. He said, we're planning to invest 60 to 65 billion in CapEx this year, while also growing our AI team significantly, and we have the capital to continue investing in the years ahead. That's a lot of money to be wrapped up, and if it doesn't pay off, you can run into some issues. You know, you have this, and I'm going to say this, I think, to speak about a little bit later in the show, when we kind of go over NVIDIA, potentially ASML too. What the Chinese have done with this DeepSeek AI model, and this is supposedly all open source, right? I mean, people can look at what it's doing. I mean, you know, we had that export ban on China for the H100s, and they're able to beat, or at least get near peer, with the latest model of ChatGPT, with the latest model of Google's Claude, with way less of the hardware requirement, you know? And so this gets freaky if you get a lot of these big tech guys spending a ton of money on GPUs. Now, one of the things that can be positive is on the long term, if they figure out how the Chinese are doing this, whatever the code is that makes it more efficient, you know, then we can, in theory, get a far stronger AI, because we have more nodes and the efficiency is kind of is compounded, you know, across all those nodes. But I think, you know, we're spending a lot of money right now. We're not as efficient as something like DeepSeek, and I think that can create some issues. So it'll be interesting to see. It's kind of, I mean, this is a new kind of inflection point, I think, right now in the market. We were seeing this translation into inference, which is what we've been talking about for a long time. So the question is, can we actually do this? Can we do it for a decent amount of money? We'll talk a little bit more about this one.